Pleasure is a freedom song, but it is not freedom. It is the blossoming of your desires, but it is not their fruit. It is the height calling unto the depth, but it is not a high, nor a deep. It is the caged taking wing, but it is not space encompassed. High in very truth, pleasure is a freedom song, and I fain would have you sing with fullness of your heart. Yet I would not have you lose your heart in the singing. Some of your youths seek pleasure as if it were a home, and they are rebuked and judged. I would not judge and rebuke them, I shall have them seek. For they shall find pleasure, but not her alone. 7 are her sisters, and the least of them is even more beautiful than pleasure. Haven't you heard of the man who was digging the earth for roots and found the treasure? Some of your elders remember pleasure with regret, like wrongs committed in drunkenness. Yes, like wrongs committed in drunkenness. But regret is the beclouding of the mind and not its chastisement. They should remember pleasure with gratitude, like they would the harvest of summer. Yet if it can force them to regret, let them be comforted. And there are some of you who are neither young to seek nor old to remember. And in their fears of seeking and remembering, they shall no pleasure, lest they neglect against the spirit or offend against it. But even in their foregoing is their pleasure. Thus, they too find a treasure, though they dig the earth with quivering hands. But tell me, who is it that can offend against the spirit? Shall the nightingale offend against the stillness of the night, or the fireflies the stars? And shall your smoke and your flame burden the wind? Think you the spirit is a still pool which you can offend with a staff? Oftentimes when denying yourself pleasure, you do, but you store your desires in the recesses of your being. Who knows, but that which seems omitted today only waits for tomorrow. And even your body knows its heritage and its rightful need, and it will not be deceived. And your body is a hub of your soul, and it is yours to bring forth sweet music from it or confused sound. And now you ask in your hearts, how shall we distinguish that which is good in pleasure from that which is not? Go into your fields, and you shall learn that it is the pleasure of the bees to gather honey of the flower, but it is also the pleasure of the flowers to yield its honey to the bees. For to the bees, a flower is a fountain of life, and to the bees, for to the bee, a flower is a fountain of life, and to the flower, a bee is a messenger of love. And to both bee and flower, the giving and receiving of pleasure is both a need and an ecstasy. So, people of youth power, be in your pleasures like the bee and the flowers.
Yeah, that was tough.